Thanks for joining us on Arirang News. I'm Kim Dami in Seoul. We begin with a South Korean cargo ship that caught fire following an unexplained explosion in the Strait of Hormuz. The flames have since been put out, and all 24 crew members are reported safe. Our Kim Do-yeon has the latest.
A Korean cargo ship caught fire following an explosion in the Strait of Hormuz. The incident occurred at approximately 3:40 p.m. United Arab Emirates time on Monday, and the fire has since been put out. Shipping company HMM says all of 24 crew members aboard the ship Namu have been confirmed safe. The vessel, a bulk carrier, had been anchored in waters near the UAE, waiting alongside other ships due to the ongoing closure of the Strait of Hormuz. An explosion was reported on the port side of the engine room before the fire broke out. The crew, consisting of 6 Koreans and 18 foreign nationals, spent more than 4 hours extinguishing the blaze using carbon dioxide. Despite no casualties, the vessel's hull sustained damage. The exact cause of the blast remains unidentified. The Korean government and HMM are investigating whether the explosion resulted from an external attack or an internal malfunction. The incident coincided with the first day of a United States maritime escort operation intended to protect civilian vessels in the strait. In response, Korea's Ministry of Foreign Affairs convened an emergency headquarters meeting to coordinate protective measures with diplomatic missions in the Middle East. The Coast Guard has also requested maritime rescue cooperation from 5 neighboring nations, including the UAE and Oman. HMM plans to deploy tugboats to tow the damaged ship to a port in Dubai, a process expected to take several days. The shipping company currently has 4 other vessels waiting inside the strait. Kim Do-yeon, Arirang News.
And U.S. President Donald Trump accused Iran of firing on a South Korean cargo ship and other targets. And he just suggested it may be time for Seoul to join efforts to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Trump ramped up pressure on Seoul in a Truth Social post on Monday, as the U.S. launched Project Freedom to help guide commercial vessels through the Strait of Hormuz. Washington said it destroyed 7 Iranian boats on the first day of the operation, while rejecting Tehran's claims it had fired warning shots at U.S. destroyers. The U.S. also called not only on U.S. allies but China to join the effort to reopen the strait, and what appears to highlight Beijing's role in persuading Iran ahead of a planned U.S.-China summit in about 10 days. And Iran has attacked the United Arab Emirates for the first time since the ceasefire with the U.S. was reached around a month ago. The UAE says that on Monday local time, an Iranian drone struck the Fujairah oil industrial zone, injuring 3 workers. Now, the site is a key export hub used to bypass the Strait of Hormuz. Iran also fired 16 missiles at the UAE, with 15 intercepted. This follows a drone strike on a UAE oil tanker the previous day. The UAE condemned the attacks as terrorism and indicated potential retaliation. And Iranian state media denies the reports, stating it has no intention of targeting the UAE. The strikes appear to be a response to the new U.S. maritime escort mission. The incident temporarily halted UAE airport operations and triggered emergency shelter alerts, raising concerns over the stability of the ceasefire. As military tensions reignited across the Middle East, global oil prices shot up sharply. On Monday, the international benchmark Brent future surged 5.8% to settle above $114.44 per barrel, its highest level since May 2022, after an Iranian drone strike caused a fire in a key oil industrial zone in the UAE city of Fujairah. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude also climbed more than 4% to close above $106. Now, Wall Street also came under pressure, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average falling 1.13% and the S&P 500 slipping 0.41%. In other news, today marks Children's Day here in Korea. In an age dominated by screens where smartphones are a constant presence in young lives, a different scene is unfolding at local libraries. Our Jung Hae-ri met with children rediscovering the joy of reading.
Growing up with a tablet in their hands, children today may be more familiar with a screen than paper. But as bite-sized content dominates their attention, experts emphasize that physical books are more important than ever. Here at the National Library for Children and Young Adults, the soft sound of turning pages fills the cozy atmosphere. These children are learning that true literacy, the ability to understand context and think critically, begins with the turn of a page.
All books have different illustrations, and that's really interesting to see. I like mystery and detective books because it feels like a real event that happened.
Unlike digital screens that provide instant visuals, physical books require children to build the world themselves. Connecting with the characters with their imagination, this mental immersion also fosters deeper empathy as they learn to walk in a character's shoes one page at a time.
I like the cream puff cookie character. She's very gentle and always helps others.
Specialized libraries like this one in Songpa-gu District act as literacy playgrounds. The easygoing atmosphere makes books accessible and fun. Children can simply pick a book they like and start reading wherever. Today's children are digital natives, but in a world of instant swipes, young readers are still finding joy in the simple act of turning a page. The focus is on making reading a habit. This type of focused reading acts as a workout for the brain, helping kids improve their attention span in a world full of digital distractions.
I like books that come out as series. You can read them anytime, even during short breaks. And books are fun even when you read them again, but TV shows aren't as fun the second time.
Even complex history becomes an exciting discovery when it's found at one's own pace. For Ujin, his library hours are spent exploring the legends of the past.
I am reading a book about Admiral Yi Sun-shin.
As Korea celebrates Children's Day, these young readers remind us that even in a world where content is becoming shorter and louder, the magic of books continues to endure. 정혜림, Arirang News.
That is all we have at this hour. Arirang News will be back at 6 p.m. Korea time. Until then, goodbye.